Let's go metalheads, as always. I've got a question for you. For those of you that are coming into the stream, how many of you are moms? Or how many of you are husbands to a stay-at-home mom? The reason for today's discussion, and by the way, happy President's Day if you missed the earlier stream. That was fun. But today, what we're going to do right now is we're going to showcase that lady down there in the bottom. If you guys don't know who that is, we want you to stay tuned. You've seen her quite a bit throughout the community, but there's been a little bit of a gap lately. She's doing some pretty cool things. We'll talk about that towards the end. But welcome to Stack-A-Lector, Nick. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. And yourself?
Doing well. Thank you so much for coming in. Tiger, how are you, good sir?
I'm doing good, Frosty. I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing well. Had fun today doing the president's interview. Well, the president's review, I should say. Kind of talking about semi-quincentennial and what's happening with the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence this year.
Hey,
so
Nick.
for those of you who are not tracking, that's what this year is. But Nick, the stacking mom, why don't you highlight a little bit about why we have this slide here? This is a picture of something that you've done. So tell us a little bit about what we got here.
You see one of my creations. It's a crocheted hat that I used to sell at craft fairs.
So tell us a little bit about how that started, though.
That started, well, first I started into coins and I realized, wow, this is a great hobby, but an expensive hobby. So as a stay-at-home mom, you don't have much income. So I thought of ways to generate income to build a stack.
And where did the idea for this generation come from?
My mom taught me a long time ago when I was little how to knit and crochet, and I saw a need. There was at these craft fairs, and I was going, and I was like, you know what? There's something I can do that's different, that's not on anybody's table. So, because I didn't want to go in there and have something, repetitive. So this I did the first year, the one that you see on the screen now. On the second year, I did more localized Hello Kitty and then what we call University of Maine hats. And I did this the second year. And then there's the baby.
We'll get back to this picture. Tell the story of that one here in just a little bit. That's a pretty cool story.
So we have a local the University of Maine, and hockey's big around here. So nobody was doing hats like this. So I just wanted to do something different where you had the 3D M on top. So I crocheted those separate, and my daughter actually saw somebody at her school. Their daughter still had one on, and I stopped making these for a couple of years now. I haven't done craft fairs for a couple of years. So they're still wearing them. I still get people get in touch with me, still want the hats because they're quality hats as well. And so they would bundle their kids up and take them out to the playground or outside or when it's snowing. So these would sell out. I probably did it 3 years, sold out 3 years in a row.
Looks like a 2K.
Go toboggan.
You just need the little ball on the top. And there you go.
Yep. Yep. And this one here, Elsa movies were coming out. And all the little girls loved Elsa. So then I decided, I bet if I put long hair on a hat and it made it look like Elsa, that was a big seller for me.
So the last question I have before I turn this question session over to Tiger is, what was it about your love of crochet that made you think, hey, I'm going to take what I enjoy doing and I'm going to utilize that money and put it towards building my stack?
It's not because I love it, because I really don't. It was just I knew that I had something I could do and make good money at doing it. So, it was just things that I did for us around here, the house, and for my daughter and her friends. And because I also did like mermaid blankets and so many other different things as well. But I knew I couldn't do those particular crafts and bring to a craft fair. They'd be too expensive, too heavy, and too long to make. So these items here, I knew I could make fast and make a lot of them. So the first year, and we're selling, it probably takes me about, gosh, I could probably do 3 or 4 of those in a day. And it cost me about $3 to make. And I was selling those for $35, $40 and selling out all weekend long. And yeah, in the course of a weekend.
So, Tiger, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you to ask questions about how she was able to stack with this. I think this right here, personally, is a really neat idea. It's very creative, and you can absolutely see how different mothers might be engaged in this. Before I turn it over to Tiger, do you still do this?
No, I don't. Um, no, because I didn't love it, and now I'm generating revenue through other means when it comes to coins. So, that was buying and selling coins as well. When you educate yourself first and you realize what you're doing, and I educated myself as I was doing this. I was able to buy certain coins, get them at a good price, know what I was looking at, and that's when I started flipping those to buy more things that I liked, and I didn't have to do this anymore.
So we'll get back to this one. Tiger, what do you want to ask her about stacking?
Well, let's go back to a little bit into the beginning. Okay, so we've covered the basis of you um, deciding to do crafts to generate some money to
Mhm,
start, and you covered a little bit about the flipping to get something more, whether it's more weight or a better quality coin or whatever.
mhm,
There's a component that you didn't go into, only a little bit. When you talked about going to these fairs, so
mhm.
now you're at these fairs and having to interact with the public. So, how did that go for you? Because what I would like to see is people that might have been in your position. They're actually doing that now, and you know, hey, Nick did this. I'm in those shoes now. I can do this and generate money to get my stack started or increased. But then you have the saleswoman issue of selling your items, which is more than just the craft. It's being the sales lady.
Well, if you have a good product, you really don't need to sell it because people are going to come to your booth and they're going to look, they're going to see the quality, they're going to see the item. So you're not going to really try to talk somebody into buying your stuff because I want them to be happy when they go home when they're spending their hard-earned money. So, right now I it did stop because it was the year after COVID. This craft fairs weren't you didn't have as many craft fairs. Um, so that's kind of also that what stopped. But I know some men within this community even have heard my story a little bit, and they said, you know what, I've started making cutting boards and selling my craft fairs. I started doing woodworking and putting that extra money into my stack because right now income isn't as easy to come by as it once was, and things are going up. So I think there's so many ideas that you can do if you have a hobby other than coins that that you're willing to sit and that you can sell. Um, there's a lot of things that you can do.
That's true. That's
You
true.
know,
But the reason I wanted to go down that road, and I'm glad you mentioned that if you do a good job, it sells itself. But
yeah,
some people don't have a salesperson's personality,
yeah.
um, and wanted to for the person who could not be a good salesperson. I wanted you to hit that it sold itself because you did a good job.
Yes.
If
Also,
you have a bad salesperson personality, they can still do that because it does it for itself.
and sometimes I overtalk, talk too much. And a lot of times you see people, you come up to the booth that so you kind of, I didn't want to be at the face of it right then and there. So my cousins, they also did a booth with me. We had a good time. They did mittens. My mom did other things as well. I think she did scarves. So but my products always were the ones to sell the fastest because I did things that were different that you wouldn't see at other booths. So that was my mind, when everybody said, let's do a craft fair. Unless I had thought of something creative that I could do that I wouldn't see everywhere else. because I didn't want that competition.
Yeah,
Right? You don't want,
right.
I didn't want to go home with stuff. So, so my husband is now making cribbage boards. I don't know if you know cribbage boards. So he's doing those type of things because I'm gonna see about doing another craft fair because my daughter wants to do it now. She's got things that she wants to sell, and she's just recently moved into her own apartment. So and she's going to school and she's going to be doing clinical soon, and she wants to make some extra money. So so he's making cribbage boards, and then there's other wood things that he could be doing. But again, they're going to be all at the craft fair. So he wants to have something on the tables that are not going to sell. So he could sell all of his products as long as they are well made. Because competition, you think about these craft fairs can be huge,
Okay.
especially around Christmas time, because that's when they are. They're November
Yeah.
and they're December, right before Christmas. So you're going to have a lot of traffic,
So
and
now
everybody.
you've sold your items. You got some cash.
Mhm.
Now take us through the process of what you did early on and later on with building your stack.
I started slow and steady, and it started with 64 Kennedys. Started with Benjis, and then it worked up from there as I educated myself. I didn't go out and spend that right off. I had this sitting in the safe, knowing what I wanted to do with it. But first, I took it slow and tried to understand what I was doing before I just went in head first.
What you were trying to get used to to the hobby, or you wanted to get used to the products, or you were looking for the best deal?
Well, I always can shop for the best deal, but I really wanted to educate myself on what I was purchasing first. You know, I wanted to know more about the coins. I felt that was important. I wanted to know exactly the silver composition. I wanted to know the dates. I wanted to know everything about it before I just said, okay, I'm going to go into a coin store and just say, I got this money, sell me.
So we talked about this on Sunday on my channel, and it's called Buying the Book Before You Buy the Coin, right? Education on what it is that you're buying. Do your due diligence before you go
Yes,
out, and you'll make sure that you don't make stupid common mistakes. Every one of us has done that.
I
We've
have
gone
done
out,
that.
we
Yes.
overspent money, we bought a bunch of
Yes.
stuff, and we got home and went, "Uh-oh, there it was. I saw it. You
Yes.
told me you wouldn't do it, but you did it anyway." Um, she's like, "Shh,
No,
don't
well,
call me,
I mean, that
don't call me
happened,
out."
but if
I
no,
was
I
talking
did
about
it.
this. I was
I
talking about this. Um,
oh, did I do it?
no, you did. Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, so this is what we need to do is I need to do a contest. Matter of fact, we're going to do this. Who wants to count how many times she does eye roll? We'll give a hat away. Um,
oh, I just was gonna I'm trying not to do it now.
no, I don't want to make it conscious. It's an old joke.
Yeah.
And so it's great seeing you here. But what she just said, folks, is extremely important. And I want you guys to really key in on this. Education about what you're doing. It doesn't matter if it's stacking. It doesn't matter if it's collecting. Know what you're getting into before you get into it is a fundamental premise. And Tiger and I have talked about this a lot. And the reason that we wanted West Texas, those are fighting words. Come on.
I don't know.
Um,
I can't see the chat. I don't know how to.
oh, it's okay.
Okay.
So he was just saying, go Seahawks. Um,
Okay.
we won't go there. We won't go there. We'll talk about that later.
No, we won't. No, I don't want to. Well, I mean, I have a whole. Anyway, I'm
yeah,
sorry. Go ahead.
we got
We
you.
just.
Tiger and I agreed at the very beginning. We got to keep her on track, and let's not talk sports.
Thank you.
Um,
Yes.
We'll do a whole other live stream with her just talking sports.
Yeah, I could give you a mouthful, but I want to move on.
but what's really important about what she said is that it really is the fundamental tenet. And so if you are a single mother, there's a lot of things that you can do to create revenue, to create wealth. And I want you just really quick. So Tiger talked about what did you do when you get there? I want to step back because what we're trying to do is we're trying to help people understand you didn't just willy-nilly go about this. You're actually very analytical. You really thought through some of these things. Let's really talk about that, because what I want people to do, one thing that you and I talked about many years ago was that you need to be you, right?
Hmm.
You need to be who you are. Quit trying to make other people
Yes.
happy and be you. And what you did with being a stay-at-home mom, identifying, doing the research, getting your stuff together, you were able to pull a stack together. This is something that can be replicated by everybody in chat. Find a niche, fill the niche. But what's important was you talk about quality. So how did you assess when you were going through and you're talking, you generated, so first year, right? So let's get back to this. First year,
Yeah.
you did that the second year?
Yes, I did that second year.
Second year. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Hello Kitty. What was the kicker that caused this one to be the thing that you went after?
Well, I saw a lot of the kids wearing these hats, and they were just machine done, store bought, and they just didn't look good. And I said I could do that better. So, and you
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
and I and I think I did, and I accomplished that. And I'll give you a funny story about that in a sec. But I could do it better, and I knew I could make them to last, and they didn't look dingy and dirty. Because they're kids. You should be able to wash things and be able to wear them more than once, and be able to be hand-me-downs. Um, so it was what really got me started though was yes, I did this, and it was the University of Maine hats. That's really what sold it to was the Maine hockey, the Maine being in Maine. So these here are really what I honed in on my last couple of years because these are the ones that people wanted and I could sell more of because it could be boys and girls. It wasn't just girls, So I had more clientele when you can do a boy and a girl. So so this I honed in on, and I I think the first day I sold out, and usually at craft fairs when you purchase a booth, they want you to be there the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday all day. I was done by you set up Friday, and I was done by Saturday night. Um, so then I had to make sure, and I made so many of these that I did it all year long. I'm not one that likes to sit down very, and just watch TV, and I have to get up and take breaks during movies. So, like basketball games, my daughter and husband, we like to watch football games, the Celtics games. I would sit there and crochet while I'm sitting down watching a movie or watching sporting events because then I didn't get bored. Feel like I have to go, fold laundry or get stuff done during commercials and stuff like that. So I felt like I could sit there and that's what I would do. And especially when it's cold outside and you're not going outside as much. During the summer, I did not make these at all. It was just during the winter when it was colder.
I'm going to turn it back over to Tiger for another question.
Yeah.
But
Did I answer your question? I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
Which month in Maine is actually a summer month?
Oh, geez.
And number 3. You notice, folks, you guys notice it's when Tiger talks, right? What I appreciate hearing about this is, again, what she capitalized on, and this is something that Tiger and I have talked a lot about when we talked about bringing you up, because there is a lot of people right now. Silver went up. We know that, right? Silver crushed up to 114, 120.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're sitting around the $75, $76, $77. I don't even know where it's at right now.
70,
yeah, so we're sitting in that $76 range, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And people are like, I'm a stay-at-home mom. It's too expensive for me. There's no way that I can do this. But there is. You just got to find that thing. What is it that you do? And there's a lot of different opportunities here. You just got to find that niche. But what I want to point at is when you do it well. She didn't really necessarily love doing this, but she knew she could do something better. And it's that drive, that motivation that can help you become successful in whatever it is you do. And this little adventure has led into some changes, but we're not going to go there. I'm going to go ahead and turn it back over to Tiger.
Can I also mention as well, you don't have to do these at craft fairs. You can also, there's so many websites now that offer where you can sell your crafting. Etsy is a big one. And if we go back to the Hello Kitty, that's where I started selling too before I even started the craft fairs. Is I was like, okay, well, let me just, put it on Etsy. I did, and there's a lot of people selling Hello Kitty hats on there. But if you go on Etsy and look, you're not going to see one as nice as that one, and that looks as much like Hello Kitty. But I had the attorneys from the Japan company from Japan send me a letter through Etsy and to my home that I better stop making these or I would be sued by the company. So I
And
said I better stop.
We've seen that before.
Yeah. And of course, it's copywriting. Yes, I understand.
Yeah.
But when I, wanted to go into further of why me and not everybody else that's selling on here is because I made mine look too good. It looked better than the ones that even they were producing. So
yeah.
So that's why. That's why I was singled out.
Yeah.
Tiger?
And that's where that lady there's a photographer right there with the baby in the picture. There was a photographer in Atlanta. She saw that I was on Etsy, asked if she could have one of the Hello Kitty hats for props for the babies, for the newborns coming in, that she could take pictures with, and she gave me the copyrights to all the photos she took with the Hello Kitty hat, so I could advertise with it. But now I can't advertise with it, but you'll still find my picture out there on the internet. Other people using my picture though.
Well, no copyright infringement intended here. We're talking about something.
No, this is my picture. So, and I gave you permission to put this on here, but yes.
Well, it still needs to be said just because.
Okay. Yes. This is yes. I gave you permission.
You're not selling these items anymore. This is
no, I'm not.
Example of how you went from a
That's right.
stay-at-home mom to a stacking little queen.
Yes.
So,
yes.
I mean, this lady, let me tell you, people, this lady is incredibly intelligent. She understands a lot about stacking. She understands a good bit about numismatics, certainly more numismatics than what I understand. And she understands finance. And I think she understands finance independent of the fact of her husband's profession. So this lady is a lot smarter. Okay. And I personally think a lot of people can learn from Nick. So
thank you.
I really, really want to make sure that you all start watching wherever she pops up, because what comes out of her mouth is not only good family stuff and a good wife and a good mother, but a good stacker and a very smart lady. So I really want you all to value the intelligence that comes with this lady.
Another lady that I appreciate, real quick, sorry to cut you off. Another lady that I appreciate in the community just said hi to you, Miss Paula Bloom.
Paula, she's somebody that I've learned a lot from.
She's a stud, yeah.
She is, and that I find that I respect so much. So even along the way, she's helped me. I've asked her a lot of questions, and there was no stupid questions either, because I didn't know a lot, and she helped me, and she was so yes, that's another female that I very highly respect.
So this is one thing that I want to go back to. Tiger and I have talked about this. I've mentioned my desire to this to Tiger a number of times. But the one thing that I want to remind people is when we talk about coin collecting and stacking, for the most part, it appears as though it's a man's game. But there are a lot of females, a lot of very knowledgeable females, who have done a lot of really neat things, despite what others might say, the level of integrity, the level of knowledge that they provide. And they've done a lot for this hobby. And oftentimes they get discounted as just another pretty face. And what I want people to understand about Nick is that Nick took something she didn't necessarily love, something that she didn't necessarily like, oh man, everything in my world is knitting. No, that's not what she was.
Yeah.
But she saw the opportunity, saw that she could do something better, buckled down, learned it, did it better, sold it, and was able to do what she wanted. She was able to accomplish some of her goals. And so that tenacity has actually led to other successes in your life. Some of the people that you've been able to work for, we won't go into all of the details, but you've actually got to work with people who represented offices in Senate, and you've been involved in the banking and investing industries as well. So a lot of people don't quite understand the level at which this lady is engaged, and we wanted to make sure that we highlighted it.
Well, thank you.
We're going to have a number of other ladies on board, but what Tiger and I wanted to do today, Nick, and Tiger, we can move towards what you and I were discussing.
Okay.
Is Tiger and I want to poll the audience.
Okay, sounds good.
You know what I mean? Nick's like, oh,
Yeah.
you didn't tell us this.
Oh, I know that doesn't bother me, but I just wanted to mention too, I wanted to do this independently of my husband. I didn't want him to give any money or us use the house money. I wanted to do this myself because I was a stay-at-home mom for so many years. So I didn't have any savings, 401k, if something happened to my husband or anything, you got household expenses or in other things. So I wanted to do this for me.
Well, but that's exactly why Tiger and I kind of want to propose this.
Yeah.
Who does that baby belong to? We don't know. We just
Oh,
know that
that's
she
me,
made the
dude.
hat.
That's me. That's before the stripes came on.
No, we don't know this. It's just a baby that was pictures were taken in the photography studio. The photographer wanted to use my hat, so she asked if she could have it for the prop and keep it, and I didn't charge her, and she gave me the photos for the hat, the copyright, the photos.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to
go ahead.
No, go ahead, Tiger.
I think you were leading into having me talk, and I didn't pick that up until you started talking. So
That's
apologize.
okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All right. I had an idea. Frosty had an idea, and together we combined our ideas, and we came up with something that I have talked to Nick about, and I think Frosty has too. And I'd really love it if Frosty had hit that poll. But one of the things Nick does not do, she doesn't do videos.
No.
And Nick can crush it. This woman is highly intelligent.
Oh,
She's
thank you.
way more than just a pretty face. She's highly intelligent. She's very resourceful, and she has a good bit of energy. And if you don't believe me, all you have to do is watch wherever she pops up in a live stream. So one of the things that we came up with is and try to encourage Nick to make videos about what she is excellent at, not just the craft. The craft is one thing, but then the process of selling, the process of building your stack, process of capitalizing on your wealth, building on starting from basics to a whole lot more. So I think it was me who coined the phrase. I would love, and if you agree with me, please put that into the chat. I think Nick would be the best representation of a female stacker, considering her mother background. She can basically be the Martha Stewart of stacking. I would love to see her take that and ride that wave. Turn her channel, and she doesn't really even have to work hard at it because it's her. It's who she is. And all she's doing is making a channel about her being herself. I think the ladies in our community would flock to it. I think they would absolutely adore a woman's perspective, especially if they were starting. And if they're not starting, they would still enjoy a lady's perspective of how to build your stack, how to build your wealth, how to protect your family. What do you think?
So I'm going to put something in chat, and I'm going to start this poll. And this is an offer that Tiger and I want to ask Nick. Nick, Tiger and I would like to offer you a quarterly spot on Stack-A-Lectors to talk about stacking from mom's perspective.
Sure, I'd be very interested.
And the reason that we want to do this is because of what you've been able to accomplish. And there is an entire niche of people out there that are just not getting content that they deserve. They're not getting people who understand and or want to support their ideas. They have kind of ideas, but they're not sure necessarily strategies that might be engaged. They don't know how to accomplish it. So Tiger and I would like to know. We also want to put the poll into chat. So please be putting your votes in there as you come in. We want to see if it's something that you might consider. Now, I know you want to, you're here in front. We're putting you on the spot. Please understand you don't have to answer right now. But the reason that we want to do this is when you first came on, the first thing that you said is educate. There is nothing better in this hobby than making sure you understand what needs to be done in order to achieve. And you have done some pretty neat things outside of stacking and collecting that have caused you to be able to be more financially independent and to bring some stuff into to do those things that you want to do, because you don't want to just roll over it, right? You want to engage, you want to make a difference. So Tiger and I want to open up that to you, but we want to see Metal Matt's like, yep, you should do it. Absolutely. Women would love to see her. Melissa, my channel. She comes in a lot. Hi, Melissa. How you doing? Hope you're feeling better. I know she's been dealing with some health issues. Along with Vote for Pedro. Vote for Pedro's been really sick. So good to see you in the streams.
That's too bad.
Well, his body finally caught up with his mind.
Remember, he said it.
Well,
and Nick's like, uh-oh.
I don't dare to say anything.
No, it's all good. We love Pedro. Pedro's a good dude.
Yeah.
We respect you. And I think we have seen you on a number of channels. And we've seen you support and be in a different series of things in which you were sometimes part and sometimes not part of the conversation. But what Tiger and I would like to do is actually give you a spot where it's you and say, hey, this is about moms. This is about getting people engaged and really having people understand the brilliance that is Nick's coins. You're underappreciated, underrecognized,
Well, thank
and we want to make sure that we bring that to the people's attention. So I wanted, again, just open it up to chat. If we look at the, within 3 minutes, we're already sitting at a fairly significant number of yes, no. Obviously, I'm all for it. We're sitting at 73%. Absolutely. 27% yes. Not one person says no. I want you to consider it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I can also think about my next topic that I just found silver at the thrift store.
Well, highlight that. Tell us that story.
My mother loves to go thrifting, and so we went and we found some silverware, That was sterling silver. Sterling silver, and I think it was large spoons and forks, and so I picked it up. Nobody knew that it was sterling silver.
And see, this is one of those things again, just another one of those things where I think you'll be able to help people recognize, because I think there's a large gap in our community. Tiger, what do you say about that?
Well, I wish she would have brought out her cell phone and videotaped it. You know, that she could
I didn't think about it. My mom was bored. She's old. She says, "Will you take me to the thrift store?" So I said,
well,
"Sure."
I want you to take it to the next step, okay? You get an idea. Hey, let's blah blah blah. As soon as you get that first word, hey, and you're all excited, the next thing you should be doing is grabbing this. So you can share your experience, upload it, edit it, upload it, and have it ready. Whether you drop it here or whether you drop it on your channel and start producing your own videos. You
Oh,
don't have to
yeah.
do very high-tech stuff if you don't want to. You
Yeah, I'm
have
not very high tech.
you don't need
I'm
to
not.
be. You need to be you, okay? You need to be you. I mean, some of the best channels out there are giving out great information, but they're low tech. Okay. And then there's some that are low tech.
I'm so low tech, and I don't want to be high
Oh,
tech.
that's so fair. So unfair. I don't have the ability to put you in the basement. So,
Oh,
but
I'm sorry. Oh, anyway.
next time, Nick, you're coming on my channel. That way I can repay him.
Okay.
So basically, um,
Hey.
you know, I I start off extremely low tech, and I mean I'm better than I've ever been. A large part of it was initially from my wife helping me, then my brother-in-law, and then later Frosty. And I'm able to do a whole lot more than I've ever been able to do before, um, which is really helpful. But you don't have to start that way. If you look at some of my very early videos, ones that were early, I mean, girl, my editing was awful. My time management was awful. You don't have to start off good. You just have to start off being you.
Well, should tell you right now that I probably will never be high tech.
So Paula
Since I
says
have other.
maybe. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Nick. Paula
No,
goes.
I was just.
Paula says maybe me and Nick should put on our aprons and bake cookies. And I was like, yep,
Oh
vanilla wafers and varieties.
no. Hey, if only we could grow silver in the garden.
Well, I
Oh,
think
nice.
one of the great opportunities here is again, I think that and Paula has said this before. We've talked about this. There's a number of people who know you in the community and know your level. But a lot of times I think what happens is we don't get to see what we just saw of you just a few moments ago, right? No, it's not about the fact that I loved it. No, it's not the fact that that's all I wanted to do. It's actually, I didn't really want to do that particular thing. I just knew I could do it better than them, right? Because what's it
That
about?
sounded so bad, didn't it?
Well, no, but it's honest truth. And somebody's like, "Are you sunburned?" I've been wearing a hat all day, so
Oh,
it's the brim of the hat.
No, his wife slapped him around for all those dad jokes.
My wife didn't get home until I started the live. Um, but again, it's and Melissa's saying, it's like the scrapbooking 365 photo a day, a mini video each day, a couple minutes, and then pick the best. Just sit outside in the backyard and talk about silver. That's exactly right. You're walking through, and again, the reference was Tiger. I wish you'd have had your video and just take 5 or 6 seconds. It doesn't take much to do a couple quick shorts. The big thing is getting people out there to understand that you have something that is extremely beneficial that really isn't talked a lot in the community. And that is a whole segment of people who have a lot to offer, a whole segment of people who really get what it is to coordinate. Because I'll tell you, I am extremely good at multitasking as long as I can do them one thing at a time. Okay? I don't have that multitasking bone in my body. I do what I do, and I have to stop, move, stop, move, stop, move. As a mom, you don't have that luxury. I can't relate to that. You can. What do I do when my kids are sick? What do I do when it's going like this? And how do you manage the time? You can answer those questions, and we can't.
Yeah, mine's grown though, so what's helpful is I have more of time. But she's grown, but gosh, that's when you can do your reading, people, is when your kids are napping, when they're doing in school. Because that's when I started reading all the books. Because my first purchase before any coins or any silver was my coin books.
Oh, so hold on real quick. Vote for Pedro just asked me to juggle there. I can do that if you don't. I think he was joking. I don't think he realized that I could juggle. Anyway.
Can you do 5?
Well, I won't do anything but silver online because I don't want to be accused of juggling anyway.
You blew the dad joke, didn't you?
Oh no, I stopped the dad joke before it went on.
One of the things I do want to make mention of, you said you're not very good at multitasking. From what I've seen, you actually do a very good job of it. I will tell you that most men, myself included, are not very good multitaskers. I'm able to do it in an emergency room, but it comes with a price. The price is fatigue. After a shift in the ER, dealing with multiple patients, multiple situations, some of them life-threatening, and trying to keep everyone from going downhill on you. At the end of a shift, all I want is the pillow. However, ladies, they are designed for multitasking. It is in their DNA.
Well, we also have better memories than men too, and I'm sure Paula will agree that when you learn something, we don't forget it. We remember things.
What's that?
We have better memories. We have better memories.
What?
You're like, this isn't funny.
Yeah, we kind of do.
Vote for Pedro says he can sleep and snore at the same time.
Well, how do you know you're sleeping and you're snoring?
Well, Paula says not all of us can multitask. No, and again, it is a rash generalization. But again, what we wanted to do is just to bring Nick up and say, hey, we want you to we want people to recognize what you have to offer. And Tiger, go ahead.
I personally don't think people have shown their recognition of your level of intelligence.
Oh, well, thank you.
And it's about time that this community gets all of your intelligence, not only for you to build a channel and be successful, but for them to learn what you know and for them to be successful in their endeavors. So,
thank you.
Please consider what I've talked to you about being the Martha Stewart of stacking, and you get an idea in your head. Hey, as soon as that light bulb comes on, I want to see you grabbing this.
I don't know why you would grab a ceiling fan, but
I know, that's what I was thinking. Is he showing the light bulbs? Or is he showing the phone?
Why would she grab the ceiling fan? That made no sense.
Well, you know perfectly well that was a reflection.
Well, Paula said something that's extremely insightful, and that's just make sure you treat her like one of the guys. And this is something that the level of respect that's going to be presented to her is she's just one of them. she's just another. Um, but again, she has something to showcase. She really does have a lot of intelligence, and don't
Thank
let
you.
that fool you. Um, she doesn't have her shoulder pads on, and she's
Well,
had.
I mean, they could. I mean, I love sports and stuff, so things just roll off my back. I mean, you can joke, I've heard it all. So, I'm tough skinned. I can take it.
West Texas. I think that as husbands, we don't notice how fast time goes by. The wife drops the kids off at school, and then in no time, it's all time to pick them up again. Well, and the thing is when we're looking at as parents, right? Single parents. I'm a single parent, uh, not anymore, but it was for a period of time, and it's go 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 go. But
It
Mhm.
is.
my daughter didn't live with me. I had ample time. It's different for a mother who's single, but it doesn't
Mhm.
mean that the desires, the goals, that the wants to grow a stack or support the family or be that provider, it doesn't mean that there's any less of a desire. What Nick has to offer is that she can talk a language that Tiger and I.
Yeah, there's still ways single mothers can do this on a budget.
Yeah. And
I
so
mean,
what's important is the theory, the mindset that, hey, you can do this. And this is one of the things that I talk about in education. Every single one of us has the capability to be really good in numismatics. Every single one of us has the capability to be really good with understanding stacking. But not every one of us can know everything about everything. We can't. So we have to surround ourselves by good, knowledgeable people. And Nick is one of
and
those
I've
people.
done
And
that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I've done that as well. And I've learned from a lot of people. But a lot of the things too that you're more interested on the numismatic side too, that you're going to know a little bit more about or research more as well.
Why are you confused? Why are we saying wait? What did I say? West Texas said
I have
hashtag
no idea what
Nick is
you.
the best. I'm not sure what I missed. Maybe I said something. We learn from each other, absolutely.
We do.
Um, but I don't think the conversation happens enough. I really don't. And again, it's important that we showcase the ladies in the hobby who are knowledgeable and that they get the credit that they deserve. I think that's the.
Let me take it one step further. I think the ladies, any ladies, aren't shown the amount of credit that they deserve. And in our hobby is no different, and I'm not really happy with it. Women bring a certain perspective that men typically don't always get. Um, we complement each other, whether it is husband wife, parent child, um, friends. Um, you need another perspective times. And there have been times when I've talked with Nick about other things, whether it was uh, metals, family, politics. You know what I'm talking about, Nick. I'm not going to mention it here. Um, I didn't know certain things, and Nick has tried to help my family. And outside of what this is, stacking and collecting, this lady has taught me a lot in regards to trying to help my family. She is way more intelligent,
Thank
and
you.
she needs to be highly respected. And I want to see her channel grow because I think she can has the ability to get that 100,000 subscriber playlist over.
Wow.
No, I'm talking straight from what I feel in my heart, what I feel in my brain. You have the ability to crush it, girl.
And
I
I'm
just
right there. I'm right
doing
there with him. That
Thank you.
sentiment isn't something that is tied just to Tiger. We both feel that. Um, And again, there's got to be a level of how do I say that? There's got to be a level of education that we present that's not just, hey, here's another pretty face. This is intelligent, intellectual woman who understands what it is to be a mom, understands what it is to be a professional, understands what it is to be a stay-at-home mom, has played all of those roles, and in each of
And
that
that's how I base things. I don't, is what this my success, and it doesn't have to be shown by everybody, but it's for me, so I see it. So that's what keeps me going and keep doing things and want to find new adventures to
yeah.
try. Yeah, is my success. But that was always something I always, of course, kept proving to myself, because that's who I felt it was important to first, prove it to.
Agreed.
Are there any questions? Hey, Cranky One, how you doing? Good to see you.
Hey,
Are there any questions for Nick in chat? Do you guys have any questions that you would like to ask for? We've got about 10 minutes or so left in the stream. So the floor is yours. Anything that you'd like to say, anything that you want to present? Do you want to talk more about how you set stuff up? What's the thing, Nick?
No. Is there any questions?
Vote for Pedro. Another pretty face implies that there's one already on panel, and I think we know better than that. So,
thank you, Pedro. I really appreciate the compliment. Thank you so very much.
Oh, that is funny.
Yeah, the only thing I can mention is that collecting is expensive, stacking is expensive. So anything that we can do or find tips and stuff that we all can give one another to help support our hobbies and our stacks is I'm all for. And right now for me, that's swing trading and day trading. And
well, you also have to keep in mind expensive, yes, but it's actually more conversion than it is spending. And
yeah.
we are preparing for when things go sideways.
Absolutely, but you have to imagine, the paychecks are, things are going up, the paychecks are staying the same, and with families and
True.
groceries and bills and heat, it's harder to make those ends meet and to be able to buy the extra.
That's true. However, a little extra ingenuity, which is what you brought to your life early on, and there's really, in an analogous way, really no difference between you being a stay-at-home mom with no additional income and then finding a way to go beyond that to start stacking versus the inflation, the higher prices, the stagnant income, and that person finding a way to create a little extra so they can get on with their stacking journey. It's very, very analogous.
And yeah, that's why I'm glad I did the crafting though before COVID, the last couple of years, because craft fairs, they weren't having those. So that's when I retired from doing that stuff, but I was able to move on to other things, selling coins and stuff, and flipping coins.
So Vote for Pedro says, Nick, I just want to thank you for all the charitable work that you've done with the Coin Tribe. You're an inspiration. Much love for helping those in need. And again, I would like to reiterate that. Paula says she does have a huge heart. And then Bill 457 says that with silver prices increase, new persons have to use different strategies. Again, it's that understanding the different strategies that are out there and looking at things. You ever seen the TV show or the movie Big Hero 6?
No, I don't think so.
So for those of you who have young ones, Big Hero 6 is a merger of two, it's San Francisco and Tokyo. They call it San Francisco. And it is a cartoon about this guy robotics, and this kid is really smart, and they generate this robot. Anyway, this robot's designed to help people. And when he's trying to find a way to get engaged, his brother picks him up, turns him upside down. So sometimes you have to look at things from different angles. And this is
Oh, yeah.
exactly what Nick did in order to stack. She looked at different angles. She looked at what was it that I can do to grow what it is that I want to grow. And at the time, which your goals and your motivation has changed, but
Mhm.
in time, she was able to identify, lay out,
Mhm.
overcome, and adapt. And I think that's a lesson that a lot of people need to know. So again, we're going to open the floor to you quarterly. If you're okay for that, we will
Mhm.
have
I'm
Nick's
okay with
session.
that.
If you guys want to see more, if the demand is there, then we can bring you by definitely frequently. But we want to just tell you thank you. It's good to see you here.
It was very nice to see you.
Great to see your face. Great to see that smile. I only got 4 eye rolls. I don't know if anybody caught any more. If anybody
I
saw
was
any
trying
more
to
than 4, go ahead.
I was trying not to do it as many times. I was conscious of it.
You know, I could tell my aviation joke, see if I can get an eye roll, but I'm not sure I'll get one.
I
You
don't
might get a
know, because
barrel
now I'm
roll.
thinking about
Mm.
it.
Okay, this uh, this blonde lady is sitting in a two-seater airplane. There's one.
What?
And
No. Yes, because you said blonde.
blonde lady sitting in a two-seater airplane, and the pilot has a heart attack and dies while they're in flight. So the lady gets on the radio and starts yelling out, "Mayday, mayday, mayday." Air traffic control gets on there, says, "I'm not a pilot, but the pilot just died, and I don't know what I'm doing in an airplane." Says, "Don't worry, ma'am. I've been through this loads of times. We will talk you down." She says, "Oh, thank you." Says, "Now I need to ask you a couple questions." Says, and she says, "Okay, what?" Says, "We need to know your location and your height." She says, "I'm in the right seat and I'm 5'4".
Wah, 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 wah.
Uh,
Oh,
I
too
got
much
one eye
fun.
roll on that I noticed.
All righty. Well, hey, you got any final words?
I just want to see Nick succeed. I want to see her do more than
oh,
what she's
thank
doing
you.
because I think just in YouTube alone, she has the ability to crush it. She's already shown she can crush it starting as a stay-at-home mom. She's always
Thank you.
already crushing it by working in politics. She's already crushing it in the finance area, which I'm not going to go into. That's your line to go start talking into. But you know, she's already crushed it as far as being a friend. My wife adores her. So I'm telling you, I want to see you succeed.
Well, I have to tell you one thing about my daughter. She is now interested in collecting and stacking herself, but she's more interested in the numismatic side of coins, and that brings me the most joy.
And that's another
Something we're
angle.
doing together now.
Yep, that's another angle, another portion of the discussion,
So if you ever
right?
do go back into a knitting,
Yeah,
crocheting,
that is.
I wouldn't mind buying a couple toboggans for the wife and me. I'll tell you more details
Oh,
if you
well,
want to do that.
yeah. Well, if yeah, I could do something for you guys, yes, but I've since retired.
If you
I
say
retired
no,
several years ago
if
on
you
that
say
age.
no, no is no.
No, no, I will for family and friends, yes, of course, but doing them in large quantities, nah, not for me anymore.
Well, Nick, I got to tell you, it's been wonderful having you on. Again,
Thank
like
you,
I said, it's
Frosty.
great to see your face. Folks, again, for Stack-A-Lectors, please share, like, subscribe. You know the routine. All we try to do here is to provide good content, good information, build community. So if you guys like
This is
that, come
fun.
join us. Take care of yourselves. Nick, it's wonderful I missed the punchline. Yeah, I'm not going to time out Pedro. He's got this thing with synergy. He knows that that word drives me nuts. But anyway, I hope you guys take care of yourselves. Nick, thank you so much for being here. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
you
It
guys.
was a lot of
Thank
fun.
you,
Thank
Nick.
you.
All right, folks. We'll see you guys later. Take care.